Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shears and I'm going to remove some of this fleece along her flank area, which is a little bit hairy, just so it doesn't get mixed in with the prime show blanket. Okay, so I'm going to shear up this way, take a little bit of that out, and then I'm going to do the same thing up here in the armpit. Is I'm just going to take a little swipe going up toward her armpit and remove some of this hair here too. Okay. Now I have a good straight line to start our show fleece on. All right. Beth and Carly are going to hold this sheet of plastic that we've cut open and made into a sheet. They're going to hold sort of all four corners. The card table is just there to support it. If we didn't have enough help, we could still collect a show fleece even if I only had one or two other people helping with the card table there. It'll just roll out onto the card table. I'm going to make one pass on her belly, flip it up on. You want to hold it pretty tight, okay? And you're going to sort of hold from corner to corner fairly tight. We're going to make like a sliding board. It's just going to slide over and onto the sheet of plastic. Okay. The goal you want to achieve when doing a show fleece is not to get any second cuts in your show fleece. And second cuts are considered, if I left some fleece on her belly and went over it and brought up pieces, you know, from this short to this long and included it in this, the owner of the animal that is collecting the show fleece would have to spend a lot of time cleaning all that stuff out of their fleece. Okay. Now I'm going to look for the area on the back leg that I had marked. Find a joint here. Come up a couple inches above that joint is usually the place where you can start your line. I'm going to take one line just on the leg only, and then I'm going to come up and do another line, and it's going to line up with this fleece here as I come through. I'll stop the clippers here. I'm going to flip that up. Take one more. Come on this side, Mark. You want to look for your clipper blade to come through right about there and stop. Did you hear it? Now what I'm going to do is I'm picking out the undesirable hair in her flank area so it doesn't get mixed in with the good prime fleece, but this is still nice enough to be used for rug yarn. She doesn't have much guard hair in her flank areas. Okay. Now, this would be called second cuts if I was to pick it up like that. All right. These are second cuts. You want to try your hardest not to get these mixed in with your fleece for show or for processing. It can make the yarn very itchy because it has two cut ends, and it'll also cause the little pills that show up in your yarn from processing. It'll just give you a nicer, smoother yarn if you can keep these out of your fleece. All right. The main thing you want to do to prevent second cuts is shear with a comb that has a flare tooth, and you try to make it so the tooth of the blade is just bringing in the uncut fibers and missing all the little fibers from the previous blow. All right, I'm coming up to the leg. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to find that point on her front leg that I pointed out. just above her elbow joint. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the blow I had started on her belly. I'm going to come through this and try to line up to here. Again, I'm going to pull out all the undesirable fiber from her armpit. All right, and we'll come back to the back end again. Okay, if you notice, I just had a little piece of fiber that I had missed. I let it go till I was all the way done with that blow and then came back and cut it. You're better doing straight blows all the way through if you can, rather than stopping and starting. You'll end up getting more second cuts and more itty-bitty little pieces of fiber, which the judges for your show fleece will definitely mark down against if you don't get them out of there. Go ahead, lower that down a little bit. Okay. Do you want to go around the point? I take my free hand and I'm trying to find the corner where her tail comes into her body. I just want to make sure I don't hit that corner with the clippers as I'm coming in for the next blow. So I've just put in my mind a visual of where her tail is, and so I don't hit her tail too. I'm going to make another blow. Okay, I'm to her midline. So at this point, we're just going to slide this fleece out. And there'll be very little second cuts. There'll be a little bit of what they call burls, just from the clippers, and I try to pick them out as I go so they don't get mixed in. Again, I can tell this fleece back along this side is undesirable for this fleece, so I'm just going to pull it out, and that way it'll save the owner a lot of time. It'll go into the third can, which is for rug or just coarser yarn. This last blow, I included a little bit up on her neck. If they're not too dirty, at what they call the crow, is it a crow's nest? Bird's nest? Bird's nest. That's what it is. Hers feels a little dirty, so we'll see what it looks like once I flip it up. Again, I'm just sort of sorting it out before they carry it away. Right, we're going to flip it up just to see how dirty it is. It's not too bad, so we'll just keep it in there for now. When she does her skirting on the sorting table, she'll include that.